It has come to my attention that there is some discussion in certain circles regarding concerns with how a current sickness should be handled. After much request, and because of my expertise with a similar black plague of my former home, I will impart on you my knowledge. The first mistake that many of my Nequitarian people fell prey to was listening to poor advice from unsavory people. Remember, the words and decrees of your noblemen are of utmost authority. Pay heed to those same noblemen, as they have been divinely empowered and have the people's interests first in their hearts. Surgeons, physicians, and other such specialists likewise dealing in the supernatural are not to be trusted, as it is known that they regularly commune with otherworldly and sinful beings. Most gatherings should be restricted. However, others like church and tithe are always permitted and required. It is known that the divine will protect the righteous and dutiful. The nobility has assured us of this. Among many events restricted are Life Day celebrations and hairdressers, unless a patron is of noble birth, and any gatherings involving discussions of coronation. During this most worrisome of times, protecting one's face was proven to be of paramount importance in restricting the spread. Enlightened noblemen were quick to take notice of the benefits of wearing a helmet to combat the plague as well as its common uses. Distribution of metal-visored head protection hastily became a Nequitarian's focus, and many nobles were divinely inspired to financially support producing at least a single helmet for every citizen in need. Although not required to be worn by those of noble birth, I, being both a noble and a knight, find myself in a unique position to personally vouch for the protection of a full-faced helmet. In my many years of combat, face protection has saved me from the edge of several blades, and a good helmet is equally effective in combat as it is during a plague. Production halted once a helmet was available for all but the nobility, as it was discovered that those of highest status were thankfully graced with divine immunity of plague. If a commoner could not afford the crippling cost of one of these necessary items, the king graciously offered to cover the noble's expenses, in exchange only for the commoner's life in servitude. It was but a small price to pay the nobles and their liege for such a kingly protection. Knowing the benefits offered by a helmet, many common folk grew so accustomed to their added safety that they then chose to wear them without ever chancing removal, or even leaving their homes. It took many months of determined effort, but the plague was eventually defeated, and the people of Nequitaria emerged from their homes with treasured gleaming helmets at their sides. Most had no business to which they could return, and some unlucky few had starved inside. However, others more fortunate than this now excitedly left for the nearby mines to start their life debt repayment to their liege. In the end, all Nequitarians knew it was divine intervention, their undying faith, and their endless willpower that had helped them best this deadly and invisible enemy. With determination and a faithful adherence to divine noble decree, your people, like mine of Nequitaria, can also defeat any unseen enemy.